Hey gang, so let's talk about the 90-day season of momentum and its massive momentum building opportunity that's coming up September, October, November. Now, the past 10 years or so that I've been in business for myself, I've really come to appreciate the cycles of business. If you're looking at a fiscal cycle and you're looking at the ebb and flow of what happens, especially if you're in business for yourself and you can dictate those cycles, then you can really appreciate the bigger picture and you can strategically plan your business around your life. And you can build a business and build your own dream life, if you will, and have those weave together. If you can take a step back and if you can look from a bird's eye view and if you can look down on the cycles, and they do repeat again and again and again, and if we can get ahead of that curve and if we can proactively plan what we want our business to look like, then you truly can design your life and you can work your business in a way that it doesn't have to consume your life. And now when you're talking about from a business perspective, that's number one. But even if you are an employee or you work for another company or you work as a part of a team, you can still take a slice of this and you can design the way that you contribute to the team, and you can design what the other parts of your life look like. Maybe it's not professionally speaking, maybe it's not a professional goal, but maybe it is a fitness goal or a nutrition goal, or maybe it's a hobby that you have, or maybe you have a dream of writing a book. Maybe you work full-time at a bank and your bank right now is paying the bills, but you have a dream of writing a book, or you have a dream of learning a new craft or a new skill, or you have a hobby or something that you've always wanted to invest more time into, but you've not really ever been able to take that push and get yourself over the line. And I find that these 90 days of September, October, November are such a powerful 90-day season on the calendar. Here's the interesting thing. If you look at most people's dreams, they have the same dreams forever and ever and ever, and they never get around to them. Why? Because life happens, because they're too busy, they've got too much going on. And you think, well, when are you going to do it? When are you going to pursue your dream? Well, right now, I'll give you an example. It's August, so the kids are getting ready to go back to school, and people are super busy, and I'm just not sure. Let me get the kids back in school. Let me get them back in school in September, and then let's have another talk. Okay, so in September, the kids are back to school. Yo, it's so busy. There's football season and there's games and there's activities, and just I got to get the kids settled. And then in October, what happens? Well, in October, okay, for real, it's football season. And then you've got, sports and activities, and it's getting into fall, and I got to figure out the kids' costumes and everything else that's happening. Some of you are celebrating Halloween, and so that takes up the whole month, just getting all of the festivities planned for that. Well, okay, so talk to me in November. Well, November, okay, you've got Thanksgiving, clearly. And in December, well, you're either celebrating Hanukkah or you're celebrating Christmas. There's holidays all around. There's parties. There's festivities. Woo! It's way too busy. And it's the end of the year coming. And so then it's January. In January, it's the beginning of the year. And so I just need to get through the holidays. I need to lose that 10 pounds that I gained. Let me get everybody settled. And, I'm completely strapped for cash now because I spent all my money on the holidays. And we did a little bit of traveling. And with the kids being out of school, it was madness. So let me have January to settle, and then we'll talk after January once we've got the new year behind us, okay? So February, what do you have in February? Well, gosh, it's winter and it's Valentine's Day, and clearly that takes a whole month. And then in March, you've got spring break, and in April, either you've got Pesach, or you've got St. Patrick's Day, or you've got, that's March, or you've got Easter, or you've got, it's spring now, so finally, I need to do some spring cleaning, and that takes a whole month to get the house organized and ready to go. And then in May, wow, dang, in May, the kids are about to get out of school, and then in June, they're out of school. What am I going to do with my kids home all year, or all summer? And in July, we've got family holidays, summer travels, and boom, before you know it, you're back to August with the kids about to start school. And y'all, if you're not careful, this happens again and again and again, year in, year out, year in, year out. First it's the kids, then it's the grandkids, and it never stops. And if we're not careful, these patterns become your entire life. And then you end up on the rocking chair a few years down the road full of coulda, shoulda, wouldas. And I don't know about you, but I do not want to go down in a pile of potential. I do not want to go down saying what I could have done, what I should have done, what I wished I would have done, and having a laundry list of excuses for why it didn't happen. And the only way to do that is to rise above the drama and say, I'm going to draw a line in the sand today, and today is when my life begins. Today is when I'm going to make a change. Today, amidst all the excuses and all the drama and all the stuff that's happening, and please understand, I do not for 1 second want to undermine or minimize challenges that you're facing in life, because we all have them at different seasons, and some of us have stronger and bigger mountains to climb than others. There's no question. But the question we do have to ask is that going to be your whole story, or is that the beginning of a new book? Is that the end of one chapter and the beginning of who you were meant to be? And this is the process of you writing that story, because the world needs to hear your story. But you got to give them a platform from which to speak. And when we create a life of excellence, that is what gives us that life platform that other people want to hear about and other people want to hear from. So what is this challenge all about? This is the 90 days when you say enough is enough. I'm refusing to settle from this point forward. Because see, life doesn't really give you what you wish for. Life gives you what you insist on. And the moment that you stop settling for mediocrity and just going with the flow, that's when providence will move. That's when you're going to start to see those really incredible things happen. So I guess this is an invitation. This is an invitation. If I'm thinking about it, I'm just thinking out loud here. This is an invitation for you to join me for these 90 days of September, October, November. I am probably going to look for a tribe of about 10 people. I don't know why my gut just tells me that's a good number. It's not so big that it's not manageable, that we get lost in the masses, and it's big enough to create energy and synergy and some real electric energy from the masterminding that can happen with the 10 of us together. And probably what we'll be doing is we'll be starting out with some goal setting and very clearly defining the parameters of what we want to happen in those 90 days. And then we'll now I'm totally brainstorming here. I'm totally thinking out loud, and we'll put the details of the program together later. But maybe we'll do a once a week like group mastermind call or group coaching session. And then there will be some accountability involved. But y'all, let me tell you what this is not. This is not a start, stop, woe is me, poor, pitiful me, like I need some therapy, I want to make a change, but I'm not really ready yet type of a program. This is more of a I am ready, like come hell or high water, it's happening now kind of a program, to where you're going to use these 90 days and you're going to look back for the rest of your life and you're going to say, these are the 90 days that changed my life. Because I chose to change my thinking, and I chose to change the way I approach every day. When I wake up in the morning and when I go to bed at night, I have become a steel trap. My mind is a steel trap. That is what will change everything, and that's really what we're going to focus on in these 90 days. I'm not going to set your goals for you. You're going to set your goals for yourself. And then we'll work together through those goals and through a very specific and clear plan of action of what's realistic and what is not. Now, I'm a big believer that reality is what you make it. Realistic is what you make it. So that's going to be up to you, but I'll be more than happy to be a sounding board for you. And probably what we'll have to do is these 10 people will have to be very, very willing to be an open book. That whoever else is participating on the periphery, whoever else is watching and participating in this program is going to be able to learn from you, from your examples and from the stories and the questions that we're asking together as a group. So we're not going to create like a side group, like a side club, like a different closed Facebook page or whatever. I don't have time for that. Neither do you. Okay? So it's all going to be live, real, front and center, and by that there's going to become accountability with that. There's going to be transparency with that, and also it's going to put a fire under your bum that you're really, you know, that you've got to show up every day because people are watching. So if you're not sure that you want that type of transparency, maybe you just want to participate quietly with us from the outskirts, and that's fantastic. That's also great. You can be a quiet participant, a shadow participant, if you will. but I'm looking for 10 people that are stubborn enough and that are obnoxious enough with their own self as far as, this is enough. That's what I'm looking for. And you are so hungry and you are so committed to the next level of life that you're not willing to let one more day go by without it. That's what I'm talking about. So it doesn't matter what industry you're in, and it doesn't matter where you live, it doesn't matter what your background is. What matters is I have had enough with my current level, and I'm absolutely insistent upon creating that breakthrough in these next 90 days. And y'all think about it. It's September, October, November. That's going to give you a running jump into the holiday season and into actually the brand new decade, into 2020. Now, do you want to go into 2020 on fire, or do you want to go in limping in, moseying on along, piddling on along, and just saying, oh, maybe this is going to be the decade? Okay, if that's what you want, stay where you are, and you can set your goals on December 31st or maybe January 2nd. Okay, but if you know this is the time where you're going to move from who you are to who you want to be, then maybe you want to consider this program. And the last thing that I would say about it is this is going to be probably, you're going to look back on this as a launch pad. Because when you're going to get through to the end of this 90 days, it's really going to be just a new starting line. Every finish line is a new starting line. And so we're going to do, before we even go into these 90 days, we're going to do some long-term vision planning together and help you kind of reverse engineer exactly what it is that you want out of these 90 days. And we'll probably do all of that just here via the Facebook page, and we'll create some sort of a tribe with our 10. We'll make introductions of who the 10 tribe members are. You'll be able to share your story. We'll talk a little bit about what it is that you want to create. We'll maybe do a once a week Zoom call or something where the 10 of us are together and really mapping out and learning from each other and gaining from each other's strength. Now, why am I doing this? It's very selfishly motivated, you should know, because I have some massive goals for myself that I want to achieve, and I totally believe in the strength in numbers, and having a tribe of like-minded people can completely give you that whoosh, that gush of strength and power that we need. And sometimes it's better that it's a tribe that's not local to you, that's not dealing with your daily drama every day, because it can give you a safe place outside of just the humdrum stuff that you're used to. And all of us are going to appreciate you without all of that baggage, without the drama that comes along with every person's story. We all have one. So this gives you a safe space that you can be awesome and be who you want to be and who you are at your core without being stuck and drugged back down. So nobody in your real life even has to know you're doing this, to be honest with you. It's totally up to you if you want to do that or not. But you can leave all that behind, and you can have, like, this will be where your superpowers come to life in this tribe over here. We'll have to figure out a name for the tribe. I don't know. For our 90 days to separate it from the rest of the madness. But that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm envisioning. And I guess if you're not sure if this is for you, if you're thinking about perhaps applying or throwing your hat in the ring to be a part of this tribe, I would say go back. I actually published an article today. It's called A Quantum Leap. You can find the link on this page. Maybe I'll put the link in the thread here, or you can find it on my website, chayabinshabbat.com. It's the most recent blog post. It's called A Quantum Leap. Read through that. See if that's where you're holding, if that's where your headspace is. If you're in alignment with that, then that's probably a good sign that we could be working together for these next 90 days. So there you have it. That's what I'm thinking about. That's this vision of these next 90 days, my own personal quantum leap coming to life. And I invite you to come and run with me, be a part of this tribe, and let's make some magic happen together. So you're welcome to, if you think that you might like to be a part of this, put your name in the chat. You know, we had a lot of, I'm interested, I'm curious, I want to hear more, what's it all about? So now you have it. There you have, this is the more detail. So now that you've had it, you're welcome to let me know if you want to seriously consider this, and we'll go to the next level, okay? Love you guys. Have an awesome weekend. Bye for now.